On paper, the DJI Avata 360 looks like the kind of drone that should excite a lot of people. But excitement has never really been a problem with FPV. Fit has. Most people who looked at FPV drones in the past didn't walk away because they weren't powerful enough. They walked away because the trade-offs didn't make sense for how they actually wanted to fly. Avata 360 is interesting because it tries to soften some of those edges. But the real question isn't whether it's impressive. It's whether those changes are enough to make this a sensible choice for someone who isn't an FPV enthusiast. So instead of running through specs or upgrades, let's slow down and look at who this drone genuinely works for and who it probably still doesn't. What makes the Avata 360 interesting isn't that it exists. It's why it exists now. Leaks around this drone aren't vague rumors anymore. Retail listings, early promotional images, and regulatory filings all point to something DJI is actively preparing to ship, not experiment with. That matters, because DJI doesn't usually move this far unless the category itself is about to matter more than it did before. And the timing explains a lot. Multiple reports place an early 2026 launch window, with FCC approval already completed toward the end of 2025. That lines up with why pre-order-style listings briefly appeared online and then disappeared just as quickly. This doesn't feel like a leak that escaped early. It feels like a rollout that started forming before the story was ready to be told. More importantly, the intent behind it feels unusually focused. This isn't designed for racing. It isn't chasing raw speed or competitive FPV pilots. Everything about the Avata 360 points toward immersive creators. People want the feeling of FPV flight without committing to perfect framing while flying. That's a very specific audience, and it's one DJI hasn't fully served before, which also explains who this drone is really aimed at right now. Insta360 dominates consumer 360-degree capture, especially in action and aerial creativity. Products like the anti-gravity A1 set expectations around reframing, resolution, and flexibility in post-production. The Avata 360 looks less like an experiment and more like DJI stepping directly into that space with familiar advantages layered on top. Stabilization is the first one that matters. DJI's video pipeline has always been one of its quiet strengths. Pairing that with 360-degree capture changes how forgiving FPV footage becomes. Instead of committing to a single angle in the air, one flight can produce multiple usable perspectives later. Misframing stops being a failure and becomes a creative choice. That changes the psychology of flying. Aggressive dives, tight turns, and fast transitions no longer demand perfect execution to look intentional. Horizon leveling and cinematic smoothing are expected to handle the chaos, letting the pilot fly for movement while shaping the final shot afterward. For creators who avoided FPV because of how unforgiving it felt, this alone could change the decision. The camera system sits at the center of that shift. Leaks consistently point to a dual-lens 360 setup around 5.7K, with some sources suggesting DJI may push higher to stay competitive. Resolution matters here not as a spec, but as a safety margin. The more detail captured, the more freedom creators have to reframe, stabilize, and correct without visibly degrading quality. One flight becomes a flexible asset instead of a single attempt. The flying experience itself appears familiar, and that's intentional. Reports suggest full compatibility with DJI FPV goggles and existing controllers, keeping latency low and control predictable. That makes indoor environments, narrow corridors, and complex fly-throughs far more realistic to attempt. This is where Avata DNA shows up clearly. Protective propeller guards reinforce that accessibility. The design suggests DJI wants this flown close to people and objects, not only in wide open spaces. Beginners gain confidence flying indoors or near structures, while experienced pilots keep the responsiveness that makes FPV compelling in the first place. That balance widens a usable audience more than raw performance ever could. One rumored detail quietly shifts the entire picture. If the Avata 360 comes in under 250 grams, regulatory friction drops dramatically in many regions. Fewer registration requirements, easier travel, and fewer restrictions change where and how often the drone can realistically be flown. Delivering full 360-degree FPV capability at that weight will be a meaningful engineering win, not just a spec bullet. Software is where the workflow either holds together or falls apart. Leaks suggest DJI is aiming to collapse the process from flight to finished footage as much as possible. Automatic 360 stitching is a critical piece. Fly, land, and start editing immediately without manual stitching or complex desktop steps. That alone removes hours of friction and lowers the barrier for creators who've been curious but hesitant. There's still unanswered questions. Battery life remains unclear, and combining FPV flight with 360 capture is demanding. Heat management, onboard storage speeds, and real-world flight time will ultimately decide whether this feels practical beyond short showcase clips. And competitors aren't standing still. The 360 drone category is evolving quickly. Pricing introduces the final hesitation. Early estimates place the base kit around $1,100, with higher bundles reaching closer to $1,900. Whether goggles and controllers are included matters a lot. For existing DJI users, reusing current gear could make this an easy step. For new buyers, the total ecosystem cost becomes a more serious decision, which brings us back to who this is actually for. FPV filmmakers, travel creators, YouTubers, and immersive storytellers stand to gain the most. Racers and still photographers likely won't see it as a priority. This is a creative tool first, not a performance machine. If the Avata 360 launch is close to what these leaks suggest, the gap between flying and finished footage collapses. And for creators who value flexibility, reframing, and storytelling over raw speed, the decision stops being about specs and starts being about whether this finally removes the reasons they stayed away from FPV in the first place.